Good morning. I'm recording this about 3 minutes before opening bell. If you recall, we're conducting a little experiment. Well, we're doing two things. We're seeing how we're measuring the predictive power of the Chaikin Analytics power gauge. Now, I always trade with a 3 to 6 month time horizon whenever I'm dealing with equities long. And if I were ever to make a short-term trade, it would be to use technical signals given to me by my own charting and what's on the Chaikin Analytics system. But today what we're doing is just seeing how well the equities perform based on the predictions of the power gauge. And the reason I'm doing it is because I just noticed an uncanny ability for the power gauge to predict earnings. So that's part one. Now part two is we just bought a long call or long put depending upon whether the power gauge was bearish or bullish. So green light, we bought a call, just a single call contract in the money so that the option would act more like a stock, and a put option which goes in the opposite direction of the price of the stock. So if a stock were to beat significantly and the stock were to rise, a put would go down. If a stock were to miss earnings substantially and the price followed down, the put would gain in value. So it goes the opposite way. And a call option does the reverse. It actually acts in the same direction as the stock. Stock goes up, call option goes up in price. Stock goes down, call goes down in price. Now there's a couple of weird things about options. One of them is something called volatility. Volatility is sort of a measure of fear, and it tends to go up dramatically just before earnings. So buying calls and puts is a very expensive proposition. Volatility comes out of the price of the stock or the option. The minute the news is baked into the price of the stock, and so you're fighting that. You're also fighting the market maker who puts a bid-ask spread of between a few pennies to a couple of dimes, and we are trading liquid stocks that have at least less than 10% difference between the bid-ask, and in most of these cases, it's pennies. So what we found is this trading strategy is not very good, but the model has successfully predicted earnings in many occasions. All right, so I've got it at 8:30 now. The bell is open, and we're already seeing some action here. So it looks like, let's go to SanDisk, because that one looks like it's positive. The option is going up in price, so SanDisk must have beat. We'll call that a winner. This one, Sally Mae, looks like a loser, although I don't know the earnings of all this. Pool looks like a big winner at plus 245. Baxter looks like a big winner at plus 116. Sorry about that. So again, just because the options are doing well doesn't mean the power gauge, or the options are doing poorly, it doesn't mean the power gauge is wrong. But we're just going to let these play out. We're selling all of these options at the open. You can see this was a miss here. So it looks like United Healthcare missed, and the power gauge called this bullishly. It was definitely a bullish power gauge reading, but that's a miss. And these options are starting to close here. Looks like we're making some money, though, on this. This one, Pool, is up 370. That was a put, so Pool must have missed earnings badly, and yep, clearly it did, down $3, and we got out of that with a nice almost $400 profit. Know about that? Philip Morris, I know, was bearish. I read the earnings report on that one. I've traded that one bearishly before, and I know that it beat on the revenue estimates slightly, and so we bought a put there, and obviously that was a loser for us. And it looks like we're almost out of all of these. We still are missing DHR, Baxter. Doesn't look like that order is closed. Let me just make sure that's a market order. Yep, it is. So, they're starting to fill here. We're almost done. So far having a pretty good day. But again, what we want to do is actually measure how many stocks beat and how many stocks lost, and how right the power gauge was. I'm going to have to do a little work on that, and I, like you, have a day job, so I'm going to do that and report back to you at some point during the day. I'm just going to let all these fill just to see if our strategy pays off today. It looks like there's a couple of stocks that just have not filled here. Can't sell this call on United to save our life. How about that? And it is at a market. There we go. Sometimes options take 5-6 minutes after the open to fill. So we'll wait. We're up 460 for the day, so it's been a great day in terms of the Chaikin Analytics system, helping us actually be profitable. Yesterday, we were right more than we were wrong by a lot, yet we lost money because most of the stocks didn't move very much, and we had one stock that moved a lot, and it was one where we were wrong, and so the net effect was, not very good. So just a couple more to close. We still don't have that United Healthcare print. That's going to take these down when that clears. So when that opens, our profits aren't going to look so good because we definitely have a minus 237 for the day. And sometimes you can wait on options, and stocks will gap down and then retrace and fill the gap. And if you're a day trader, this is this is a way to you have to pay a lot more attention than I ever do. We have one more to fill, and that's UTech, and I know that beat. Pretty sure that one, or actually, let's take a look. We bought a put, and I think that one, Ultratech liable to go to the whipping post. That is the market talk, so I'm sure if we get in there, it's going to say it missed, and the power gauge said it missed. So let me go through while we're waiting for that final one to close and tally up for the day. Here were our bullish stocks. United we missed. The rest of these, I think, were winners. And I think 4 or 5 were winners. I think we lost on Philip Morris and United Healthcare. And the rest were winners to some level. And possibly Penn. I don't think, let's see if Penn beat and just didn't come in line. There is nothing on Penn yet. But the stock closed down, so I'll have to look at that. And we're still waiting for UTech. Actually, UTech is fine. Yep, UTech. Trying to get out of this. It looks like we have a winner. We bought this one, and it looks like the price actually ran up before the, before today. We bought these on Monday, so this $170 gain is actually the market expecting a big move. So it was anticipating a beat a loss because it bid down the stock. Sorry, remember my rule: puts, puts go in the opposite direction of price. So puts will go up in value if the price went down. So this was clearly sold into earnings. And let's see if I can. We're just waiting for it to go to the whipping post so we can be done. So that's the last stock. And if you need to go, I understand. I'm going to keep the video open just so we can get a fill and tally for the day. And so we'll take a look at Baxter. That was a beat. Don't have any news on Baxter yet. See if I can get news up here. Just go through this real quick. I know you're probably gone at this point, but looks like the profits were down. And we had a put. So we'll put that on the board for the Chaikin system. Got it right. We put $103 on the tab. Cypress semis. The chips were down pre-market universally, but we'll see how this one did. We had a put on this. Looks like we made a very small gain on this for the day. And of course, commissions are going to eat away at a lot of this. These are, these round trip trades. I'm a retail investor, and while I get a decent commission rate, you have to take $15 off of each of these trades. So when you add that up, multiply it by the 10, 11 trades, this 469 profit doesn't look too good. Sales to decline. So they beat the street but declined year over year, shares off. So I'm going to call that a win for the Chaikin Analytics system. It wasn't enough of a beat to overcome the bearish sentiment. And so that's, I think, a winner for the Chaikin system. DHR, looks like that was a winner. But let's take a look at the earnings. And, yep, DHR top street estimates. There's another winner for the Chaikin system. 3 for 3 so far. Huntington, whoops, sorry about that. Let's see, that's HBAN. Third quarter profit rose 6.4%, but we need to find out what the whether it beat estimates. Profit that beat the average of analysts who are expecting the company to do 17 cents a share, so that's a winner Let's see if we bought a call. We did. So we didn't make very much money, but we got out of there for a small profit. We're still waiting for that UltraTrack option to fill, which is crazy. Penn, it's a gaming company, not the railroad. And it looks like Penn, third estimates of 741. Now we need to see how that came in line against the street. It's not going to tell us. EPS of 43 versus estimate of 46, so down. That was a miss. We had a put. Another winner for the Chaikin system. Philip Morris, I know that one beat slightly, and we lost a little money, so that's the first black mark for the Chaikin system. Pool Corporation, that looks like it was a big winner. I don't even need to look for the earnings there, but we might as well go through this systematically. And Pool was Pool reports a EPS miss, but beats on revenue. Lower EPS outlook in line with estimates. So that looks like, oh, we had a put. So yes, there we go. Another win for the Chaikin system. Sallie Mae is next. Looks like Sallie Mae went down a little bit. We had a bullish power gauge rating on Sallie Mae. And Sallie Mae, we need to see what the street was expecting. See if we can find. Here we go. This should tell us. EPS of 60 versus an estimate of 59, a penny beat. So the Chaikin power gauge had it right. We didn't make very much money, so that's a win. A win for the Chaikin system, a loss for us traders, right? SanDisk, because I don't think I'd ever trade this system. I think there's a lot more to trading against fast money than just blindly buying calls at the beginning of the week and then selling at the open. Just not the way I do it, but goodness knows, Mark Chaikin is always right when he makes his bearish or bullish calls of the week, and they're usually companies that are poised to move substantially, and that's the important thing with options. And that's why I think if I were to do this and just be blind about it, I'd just follow Mark's recommendations in his weekly insights. So that one looks like a winner for us, the big winner. Let's see if I can see what SanDisk says. Earnings. SanDisk jumps 3%, fresh 52, guides revenue in line, expects a record. So the guidance was in line, but let's see what the earnings were. See if this will tell us. That's a press release. You don't want the press release. Here we go. This will be it. Earnings of $1.59 versus, oh, so they killed it. Yep, they killed it, and that's a winner for us. So another winner. So far, only one black mark, two black marks. Sorry, Philip Morris. And let's see, SVU is next. We had a call. It looks like we made no money on that. Well, let's see if SVU reported. And SVU, super value, reports estimates of 15 versus estimated 9. That's a beat. We didn't make any money on it, but still it was a beat, another win. United Healthcare, I know we took a loss on that one. United missed earnings, but let's make sure about that. I know it was down significantly, but I believe that the United, no beat this quarter from United. 153 versus estimate of 152. Well, they did beat. EPS were up 2%, but I think the market was expecting a lot more. And we lost money. So here's the thing. That is a sell the news situation. The United, so the expectations were high. It was priced for perfection. I'm going to call it a knock against the Chaikin system. So that's the third knock. Going to be a little tough love there, although you could argue that that's a win. All right, the next one is UltraTech. UltraTech, we haven't been able to close yet, so let's take a look at the earnings so I can wrap up the video, because this is not a portfolio I'm holding on to. we'll be dumping all these stocks and zero basing the portfolio. This is just an experiment. We have our Chaikin Power user portfolio that's doing awesome, and we'll talk about that in another video. So we had a put on that one, and Ultratech shares, oh, they're halted from trading. That's why. Pending news. So something's going on here. But we can't count that. So that's the reason we're not able to get out of this stock. If they were acquired, the stock will explode to the upside. If they bought something, we'll get hammered. But we can't punish the Chaikin power gauge system for that. So let's get the numbers here. Here we go. I think it's this one. If I can get there. Oh, my machine is frozen. There we go. All right. So EPS of a loss of 28 cents versus an estimated gain of 0.4. So they got killed. They may be an acquisition target. We had a put. That's a win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 9 wins, 3 misses. The Chaikin Power system made us money today, and if Ultratech gets swooped, then we could make a killing, but we really can't count that. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for bearing with me.